Namaste. Guess what? Dad was born July 8th, 1925. So it's actually my dad, Peter Huddis. It's his centenary. So I'd like to celebrate that by reading a poem that I wrote for Dad, which is called To Dad with Love. There are so many wonderful things I've learnt from you. I want to remind you of a few. You taught me that reading didn't end with Jack and Jill, and that books would open a world of wonder for me. I got the message, and you made me a bookworm costume for the carnival. You traced my ancestry back to Ur of the Chaldees, with a bit of a detour in Poland. You taught me to be kind to tramps and to give a penny to the RNLI, the Royal National Lifeboat Institute. I went door to door with you raising money for Hungarian emigres, one of whom later became my surgery boss. You taught me to let dogs smell my hand before I patted them, and that circuses were cruel to animals. You gave me think-abouts before bedtime to keep the nightmares away. And that's the first time I heard of Fleming and the discovery of penicillin. You made swords of rolled up newspaper for back garden jousting events and a local post office from a cardboard box. You saw the scientist underneath the romantic, and together we looked for badgers at night, gazed at stars, watched a total eclipse through photographic film, made copper sulfate crystals in the cellar. I helped you construct a 9-foot pram dinghy to ferry a family of 6, developing a permanent aversion to linseed oil. You made me a long jump and a high jump, built an igloo, and brought cocoa to sip in my warm snow cave. You taught me to aspire like the fairy atop the Christmas tree, to have an inquiring mind and be an independent thinker. You taught me to live life as an adventure, borrowing courage and faith from Columkille. You taught me that the love of the Lord is a lamp for my steps, a light for my path. You taught me to brave the elements, to add a stone to the cairn, and never to set off down an untracked hillside in the late afternoon. You taught me to belay and to cast off, to read the winds and the tides, to pitch a tent, and not to forget my anorak. I still don't forget my anorak. You instructed me in the political philosophy of Marx, Lenin, and Trotsky, gave me a banned book by Prince Kropotkin, imparted to me a thirst for justice, nurtured my prophetic spirit. You taught me not to lie, to stay out of debt, and that swearing is more effective if you hardly ever swear. You said that the true meaning of God provides is that everything you need is right at hand if you just know how to look, and that it doesn't matter if there aren't many of whatever it is you're looking for, because you only need one, and you will find it. You showed me that privilege and responsibility are two sides of the same coin, and that I, like little Hans, can make a big difference. Most of all, as good dads do, you believed in me and taught me to believe in myself. That lesson, like the anorak, has stuck.